How's the water, boys?
I couldn't
don't think
imagine a better temperature. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Right on.
So good.
This is your first time in a wood burning hot tub?
No.
No?
It's my first time. It's a great
There you go.
experience. Can't say anything bad about it. So
Sweet. Right
next
on.
to this guy, looks great.
Right on.
Sunrise. Pretty good.
You see the sunrise?
Yeah.
I was sleeping in the canoe.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Pretty unreal. Should we bang out the canoe for a bit?
So what we got going on over here is an agriculture bin that we bought off Craigslist for 80 bucks. And it used to contain honey, and now we use it to contain our water. It's watertight, obviously, and it has a drain at the bottom on the other side of the wood panel there. And we made this stove out of pretty thick stainless steel. Our buddy Ben from Wildly Apparel, it's a Vancouver-based t-shirt and clothing company. His uncle makes metal boats and welds them, so he welded this stove for us. And the water isn't looking too clean, but it is out of the lake. And I'll explain the best way to get water into your hot tub in a second. And then our last purchase was this chimney stack. And we got this from Dickinson Marine, just a local company in Cloverdale, BC. And this altogether cost just under 450 bucks to make. The wood was about 100, the bin was 80, the stove was around $100 in metal, and this chimney stack was about 130 bucks because these things are expensive, and but we needed it. We found out that with just one hole in the stove that the air doesn't flow through, but if you make a chimney stack so the hot air can rise up in the chimney stack, then we can get a draw of air inside the entrance there, and then we can get the fire going, because the fire just go out originally. And this also doubles as a nice cooktop. We made some dinner last night on there, which was pretty good. And now we're just hanging out here, enjoying the rest of the day. And then, so maybe I'll go through just the basic construction of how it was all made. I kind of filmed it all over the last couple months, so here we go. So here's the stove that's currently in my bedroom, and I'm gonna measure how tall it is to figure out how tall the stool needs to be to hold this up. And basically, we put the wood and kindling in there and then light it up, and it heats up the water. Not sure how long it'll take, but we'll get there. So it looks like we got a 20-inch tall stove. So we're gonna go look for another piece of wood that could work as a stool top. Actually, this looks pretty good right here. It's like a thick piece of wood. I was gonna originally use this a while ago for a live edge shelf, but I think it'll be well used as a stool. So we're gonna chop it up and make it make a 12-inch high stool for the stove. To do that, I got some brackets. I don't know if these are big enough, but should do the trick. What is this? Didn't buy that. Did I? Huh. Probably the most sketchiest stool ever made, but used what we had around the house and should do the trick. Alright, stool's in here. Time to get the stove to test the height. Should work. It'd be a shame if it didn't. Oh yeah. All right, now that the top has been cut off, which took way more energy than I expected, I'm going to bend a bunch of nails, and I made one already here. Bend a bunch of nails like this so that I can secure the tub to the outside, like so. Because this has all been warped over time, so we need to secure the tub to these poles here. This is probably the best, easiest way with what we have. All right, 19 more nails to go. Almost ran out. We're trying not to leave the house during this project, so. Now I got the bent nails all the way around, holding this thing flush. Now we have to build a top piece because nobody wants to put their hands on metal and cut plastic and nails. So we're going to build that out of wood, similar to, same wood as the panels. Starting to rain, so we're gonna wrap it up here.
You're gonna wrap it up?
Yeah.
The new job just begun.
Of course, it started raining again, just pouring. So we're gonna resume this later on in the evening. Yeah. Marco can't catch a break.
I can't catch a break.
Oh yeah.
I just need a big break.
It's another sunny day, and we're back out here at the hot tub. All the nails are bent, and this secures the plastic to the side. Before it was folding in, and that's the top piece that got cut off. And then now we're gonna move the hot tub to the side. Panels are done, the top is done, and now we gotta build a barrier between people sitting in here and the stove, because this should be pretty hot once you get a bunch of wood burning in there. first test run. Put the stove on some cinder blocks to help. I figured this wood stool would catch on fire potentially, so which makes the whole stove a bit high, but I'm gonna grab some fireboard next time I'm at Home Depot. This will be the first test run. We should probably create a stool to get in.
Is this sturdy?
And we'll see. All right, first official dip into the wood burning hot tub. Made by scratch from home.
Ow! That's actually way too hot.
Oh no.
Dude, it's actually too hot.
We built it too good. It is too hot.
Dude, like,
Okay.
oh! Dude, it's actually like, I can't get in there.
Let's get the hose going.
I actually can't get in there. Wait, let me rip the hose.
All right, we're gonna get the hose going. This is too hot. So I'll go over how this was built and how we put it together, but basically we just use tools that are at our house. We live in a 5-bedroom house with 5 guys, and we've been just hanging out here, working on our vans. But in the meantime, while we take a break from our vans, because sometimes we have to let the primer and paint dry, we've been working on the hot tub. So we're gonna cool it down a bit because it is quite hot.
Oh, freak, dude, that's actually like way too hot. We waited way too long.
Yeah. Yeah, we set up a bit of a vibe here, so it got crazy hot in the meantime. But at least we know it works, and we've been having it run for about 4 or 5 hours, yeah. So that's pretty standard if you check out other hot tubs that are online. Like, it takes like about 4 hours to heat up, so. And we built this whole thing for like $450. Not too bad.
Should I just like hose myself and then?
No, I think you need to cool the water. Yeah, you can buy wood burning hot tubs online, but they're like at least $3,000-$4,000. So doing this for $500 is pretty good. So we have this paddle that we use to stir the water, because it definitely gets hotter on top.
What?
It definitely gets hotter on top, so we got to stir the cold air from the bottom.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh. All right, there we go.
It's gonna overflow.
That's fine. As long as it doesn't get in the stove.
In my towel and whatever else can get wet there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're overflowing a bit here, but
Oh, this is nice.
yeah.
This is nice.
Just don't touch your arm on the stove.
Oh yeah. Well, I can touch it over here.
Can you?
Yeah, just not up here.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this is nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is nice.
Oh yeah.